Hey, Popper needs your help. Popper needs your help, GBR. You can be the aspiring spike of Popper. I believe in you. Because I'm not going to do it. What about splashing red for Bolt? Bolt's like kind of medium at the moment, to be honest. It's also like you have Bloodchief's Thirst as access to another good 1-mana removal spell. And it's a 1-mana removal spell that kills Rin in 6, which is nice. So it's like, I don't think that's something that this deck's that interested in. Basic Swamp, no Lurrus. Let's inspect their Swamp Art choice. Pretty good. Pretty good choice. Sure thing, yeah. I mean, I know this deck is definitely focused on deck building, so it is good to like have a lot of dialogue about it. I'm glad that it's been helpful to you, R5. Alright, got Dono from Horchata. Taking a break from mediocre Winota Brews. Take some inspiration from Esper Animator. Yeah, if you want to take a look, I'll take a. If you want to, or sorry, post your link in the chat. I'll take a look. Well, I've had a really hard time with Priest of the Fell Rites. I've had a really hard time with this card as counterspell decks. It's skipping on Graveyard Hate too. I'm just gonna go Snap Push. Void Walker's kind of weird in a priest deck. Don't really get it that much. Damnation's a bit clunky here. Pretty sure I'm holding up Drown this turn rather than putting Lurrus in my hand. So one thing I really like about Resurgence Belief is that it's a spin 2 just is like very fast. I feel like Resurgent Belief is maybe a little underexplored. It does kind of feel like in this deck you might want to be playing. Yeah, I feel like you need to. I would be playing 4 Omniscience, honestly. I would be playing 4 Omniscience and just trying to Resurgent Belief it back, and then, like, you know, and then go from there. I'm not sure how necessary the As Fortolds are, though. Like, you can play a couple copies of As Foretold. But the thing is, like, Resurgent Belief just has Suspend too, so it's not like you really need to, like, break the Suspend restriction by casting something else. So you could even play, like, other enchantments like Lay Claim instead. Like the first Lay Claim, it seems pretty good. And I might be playing more Profane Tutors too, but cool list, I like it. It's my main thought. Cool list, I like it. Grief in the graveyard? Any griefers in chat? Here's a question. Do I play my Snapcaster out now to get a 2-for-1? I think I do. But I don't have anything to do next turn. Yeah, definitely a cool list, Richard. I like it. I get the idea. But those are just some general loose thoughts. It's kind of hard to exactly feel like the best way, you know the best way to. Well, I guess I can Bloodchief's Thirst my own Snapcaster. Yeah, I don't have too many more thoughts besides it's cool, I like it. Let's see, so they do put Archon of Cruelty in the yards. Got some options here. Yeah, I think I'm just just passing. If they draw an untapped land, they get to Archon. They lose 3 from the priest, they gain 3. Okay, they drew the Grief. UM. Yeah, cutting the As Foretold makes sense. Coolest. Yeah, Resurgent Belief just having Suspend too. He's pretty good. You can maybe play 1 As Foretold as like a Profane Tutor target. That could be good. Don't think you need too much beyond that. I'm bringing the Dress Down in this matchup. It's pretty good in response to Archon, maybe. Oh, it's actually good in response to the Priest Unearth. Maybe Dress Down is just nuts. I've been more and more impressed by it. I think I might like Spreading Seas on the play. Maybe not so much on the draw. Got the Bloodchief's Thirsts. Like we can play these Flusterstorms. Maybe I probably don't want Thought Scour in this matchup. So maybe we play like the first Thirst and we play the Thoughtseizes. We got a bad beat story from Warnstein. Let's see. I feel like maybe I need to retire the bad beat story redemption option because I've gone through all of the bad beat stories I would usually tell several times at this point. Just kind of I feel like I'm on repeat. Good beat story. That could be good. That could be good. Good beat story. I'll tell you a bad beat story for my camping trip. I already told this a couple times, but I said this yesterday, but it was Saturday night. It was our second night of camping over the weekend, and it's like 3 a.m. and I hear like some animal scurrying around our tent, and I'm not like too worried about it. Like I saw a possum running around the night before, and there was like a bunch of deer around. But I'm pretty tall, and I'm like fully extended in the tent, like my head to feet fully extended in the tent, and I even like am like my head is pushing through the tent like a little tiny bit, and then I feel the animal bop me on the back of the head, just like a little nudge, and then I like shoot up and it scurries away. It scurries away, and it freaked me out. It freaked me out real bad. And I didn't sleep at all the rest of the night. I stayed up for the next 3 hours until twilight started at like 6 a.m. I fell back to sleep, and just every time I heard anything outside, I was just super wired. A long night. All right, if my opponent has 2 persist in their hand, good beats. No, I mean I like camping, although the best part of camping is often coming home. Best part of camping is often coming home. We go snap Thoughtseize here. I think I'm just gonna pass. Where I'm like a little sunbird, got some bug bites, all tired from hiking and kayaking, but then you come back and you feel real refreshed and you really appreciate your air conditioning and your computer, Oh, drown that. But it was fun. It was a good weekend. I got to spend a lot of time with friends that I haven't seen in a while, and just a good trip overall. Suspends Profane Tutor, kind of scary. We're floundering out here a little bit. Priest is also just a really, really hard card to beat. We finally drew a land. Frogler, 3 months, appreciate ya. I feel like I have to go Bloodchief's Thirst into Lurrus, but Lurrus is just dying to the Archon trigger, but I just want to use my mana and cycle the Lurrus, I think. They're drawing Persist. Oh no, they're not, because they Profane Tutor first. Glad you liking the stream, dude. They shuffle away the Persist. They might have just tutored up Persist, yeah. Archon's pretty good against us, just like it's good against Magic decks in general, I guess. I've liked Hall of the Storm Giants a lot. I've been really impressed by it. It's been better than I thought it would be. What did they get? They got Ashen Rider. Someone has been watching our stream. I think just Damnation here. Problem is, like, untap land lets them Archon again off of the Priest. Deal. Oh, wait, oh, I guess I can still cast my Into the Story. Yeah, all things considered, that wasn't that bad for us. I think Archon is a good power level for resurrection target. I think so. Yeah, I think it's, you know, the best option in Modern. I don't think that there's another option in Modern that's any better than Archon. But it also doesn't seem too good to me. I think it's like a really excellent design. Definitely big kudos to Wizards for this one. All right, so my plan here is I think to play out Snapcaster, draw Drowned Loch off into the story, go from there to kill this. Oh, or just draw Drown. I guess now I can go Drown Archon, hold up Counterspell slash Charm. Oh, they have another priest in the graveyard. When did that get there? Oh, they milled themselves. Yeah, sometimes Sarah's Emissary is better, just not that often. Maybe they'll cast a spell instead. Yeah, I've really struggled against the card Priest of Fell Rights with decks like this. That card's been tough to beat, but if we can draw our Dress Down, then that's probably going to be our way to beat it. I do think I like the idea of spreading Seas on the play. Might not be that good. Their mana requirements are not that hard. No, I lost against Canister. That's a super lopsided matchup. Super lopsided. That's why I'm able to draw 4 cards. I don't know. I know maybe we could have powered it through, but I feel like they've got the inevitability there. Maybe that was an early concession. I guess I'm going to keep this. Any thoughts on 1 or 2 surgicals in the board? I don't think Reanimator is popular enough for me to want to play surgical. I wanted to play Graveyard Hate. Oh, I guess we have a Cling to Dust in the main. Like, we could play more Cling to Dust. We could play Yixit Jailer. Jailer is pretty good because it doesn't turn off Drowned Loch into the story. I think I like the other Record Tracker more. Me too. That one's like obviously the better one. It's automatic too. It's just broken at the moment. Let's see if it's back up. Yeah, it's just broken. But me too, man. Alright, not too bad. Yours was working yesterday? Mine's not working. Did anything change about it? Pants, 4 months, appreciate ya. Welcome back. I guess I can just go to the site and see if it's working because it's a browser source. Right. Well, I guess I'm just gonna. Oh, they hit rights. Pretty good. Yeah, I don't see it working unless something changed about it. So they can rights their Grave Titan. Brutal. Yeah, I know that we can dress down in response to the Unearth. I know that that's like one of our best tools in this matchup. But they took Damnation not into the story? I mean, I guess that makes some sense. They must have Persist in hand. I have a second. Did I side out the second Damnation? Did not. Mill themselves again. I'll take 10. I've taken 10 damage plenty of times in my life. No big deal. Yeah, we need to draw the second Damnation. I think. So spins Profane Tutor. Persisting Voidwalker's fine, we just need to draw Damnation anyways. Cling to Dust a little too late, huh? A bummer. Alright, let's keep this. I'm just gonna shock and Watery Grave on turn 1 here. Yeah, I might stream a league with it today. I don't know how people would feel about it though. Wait, why is the chat box over here? Everything's broken. Wait, is MTG bot back? It's not. I've been liking River of Tears. I think it makes a lot of sense in this deck with all these black 1-mana spells, Counterspell Charm, Wayward Guide Beast. I think I see this deck every once in a while. Oh yeah, MTG bot is working in chat. It's just like the record tracker is not working. Damn. The amount of cards you see in the deck with 1 Vantress over Manland be reasonable? I think you just want at least 3 Manlands so you don't run out of like ways to kill your opponent. But it wouldn't be the wildest idea to do that. The prowess list I just showed anywhere. I haven't posted it yet. I guess I could maybe put it. I'll just put it in the stream decker. Cause I might if we like finish this league with like at like 5 or at 2 p.m. and I don't want to end early, then I might just like run it through a quick league. Does sound kind of fun. The deck felt pretty good last night. Again, I lost playing for 5-0. I was digging it. Just specifically one issue I've had with the Boros Prowess list we've been seeing is just like, I don't know why, but they just aren't playing. They just aren't playing Mutagenic Growth. But Mutagenic Growth is like great with Lumimancer and also just great at the metagame. At the moment. Is Flame Lift a real modern card? Let's find out. A moment. Let's see, it's Flame Rift. Size of screen. Formats. Oh, maybe it's not real. The quantity to 0. Format modern. Oh, yes. Real modern card. I think I want to be able to go Lurrus with Counterspell up next turn, so I'm going to let this just stick. Oh no, now I accidentally set Boros Prowess as the deck. Well, that was the best draw. The 0 power Lumimancer is yucky. I mean, I've been liking Lumimancer. The card actually gets more power after you cast spells. Pretty cool. Fatal Push on top. We have a Bloodchief's Thirst for their Swift Spear. They can't even attack with the Swift Spear anyways. This game should be pretty over. Yeah, Lumimancer is definitely, I agree, definitely awkward at times, but I find that it's not that big a deal. The card's really powerful, and the card also gets a lot stronger, I think, with the Mutagenic Growths. There's just so much red removal right now. Growth is just so good in these Prowess decks. Even like blue-red Prowess players are playing 3 Mutagenic Growths. I just think it's silly to not play 4. They played Goblin Guide, or they drew Goblin Guide, they just didn't cast it though. Decided to concede. We bring in the Forces, the Flusterstorms, cut the Scours. I don't think I went Spreading Seas against Mono Red. Is there an argument for adding white for Prismatic Ending and other good white cards? I mean, you could make an argument. One issue is that Prismatic Ending exiles, and that has some tension with Into the Story. Not a huge problem, but it is a bit of a problem. Oh, I also feel like my sideboard has too many artifact hate pieces. That was something I felt yesterday. Where I kind of feel like I just want to maybe play not Shattering Spree, and maybe I want to play just like the 4th Wear Tear. Wear Tear is pretty good at the moment. Maybe not the 4th Wear Tear. Maybe play the 4th Core Firewalker, because I feel like that card's pretty good against like Rakdos and is it Ragavan? Yeah, you can maybe play Kataki. Kataki is actually pretty. I've been pretty impressed by that card. But then I just still have like too much artifact hate, I feel. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I feel like this card's really good against Izzet and Ragavan, or Izzet and Rakdos Ragavan. And you don't want to play the other one. You don't want to play Sanctifier because you have Darcy in your deck too. No Path or Unholy Heat. No, I think that people play Path and Unholy Heat because they think that they need access to a card like that. Because like, what if there's a big creature over there that you need to kill? But it's like, I feel like against Murktide Regent, you're supposed to try to raise, and there's no other card in Modern that I feel like you would want Path to exile for, you know. And you have Skewer of Critics on top, and it's like I against Murktide, I think you're just supposed to try to race. But it's like the card Path to exile on the sideboard of Burn. Ooh, triple Goblin Guide. It's like people, I think, just play these cards because they feel like they need to. Like, they just, like, always have a Path in their sideboard. But I just don't think that's a great way to build the deck. Path is good against Archons. Is it? It's not terrible. But there aren't very many Archons running around. It is maybe possible that we need some more Graveyard Hate in the sideboard. I can believe that. I mean, yeah, Path is fine against Hammer, but there's also like a lot of better cards against Hammer, you know? Like, we have in our sideboard, Kataki, Wear Tear, Alpine Moon. All these cards are better against Hammer. A Canister, GG's. Elemental's deck is so sick. I feel like people are still sleeping on it. Every day I get the Canister raid and the Yinjik raid. I forgot to update the record from last round. Why doesn't 3-mana Narset play board decks like this? 3-mana permanents are actually banned in Modern. 3-mana non-creature permanents. Or sorry, 3-mana permanents are banned. Because they don't work with Lurrus at the Dream Den. And every deck has to play Lurrus. Firebolt does not kill me. Skewer does. Okay, game 3. Oh, maybe Risen Reef is the one permanent that costs more than 2, legal and Modern. Let's keep this. Does any competitive deck use Skelementals? I don't think so, no. Is Murktide Regent banned? Kinda. I haven't played against that deck in a long time. Oh, that's true. You are the one exception is you're allowed to put Emrakul in your sideboard to beat to try to beat Tasha's and then fail at beating Tasha's. Okay, Thirst. So next turn we can either Snap Thirst or Charm. Mishra's Bauble on top, just shuffle. Thank you, Goblin Guide. I think I'd rather Snap Thirst. I feel like the Snapcaster's a little more unwieldy. Is Into the Story even a playable card of Modern? I think it's not only playable, but it's well positioned. Into the Story has been cracked. The card's been really good recently. Not lucky enough for a second creature here. You cannot Unholy Heat a Into the Story. They just take this. A bit worried about Eidolon. Maybe I shouldn't be though because I have the Damnation. Probably should have countered the Skewer there. I'll die to 2 lightning bolts though. Yeah, it has to be exactly 2 lightning bolts. Their hand was not exactly 2 lightning. Here I feel like we're somewhat safe to put Lurrus in our hand. How does this deck handle Urza Saga? In the sideboard we have Dress Down and Engineered Explosives to deal with the constructs. But you are right that that is a somewhat difficult card to deal with. Oh yeah, we also have Spreading Seas, that's right. 3 Spreading Seas. They're passing. They have 2 spells in their hand, I think, because they've been missing land drops. Sure, exactly what they're doing. The Spreading Seas kill Saga, yeah. And draws a card, and then goes to the graveyard. Then can recur Spreading Seas with Lurrus to continue to get their Sagas. They fill out the game 1 matchups for Urza Saga decks. I mean, Hammer Time I think is fine. Like you're a fatal. This deck is a fatal push. Drown of the Loch Archmage's Charm deck, which I think has a lot of game against Hammer Time. You also have Damnation to clean up some Saga tokens. Oh wait. Oh no, I didn't put 2 targets on the lightning bolts. Guess I'm just Archmage is charming the bolts. Big punt. It's also fine though because my opponent has no cards in hand and we just get to connect with Lurrus. Oh, they just let it get countered anyways because they were lazy. Okay. Shout out to the 0-1 bracket. What was I saying? Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I haven't played against Hammer Time this week yet though. Yeah, Historic seems like it'll probably be really fun. Like, I always want to play Historic, like, right after these big card dumps. But then it's like, there's just like this cycle of Wizards dumps 1,000,000 cards into Historic. And then, it's really fun for like 2 weeks. But then, like, one of the cards, like, obviously shouldn't have been put in there. 1 or 2 of them. And then it's just not fun anymore. But I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get a Historic account going for a day or 2. We'll see. So I can shock and hold up Drown and Counterspell. I can also just play Island, Drown, main phase. I think I'll shock. I think Tyrant Scorn is a little bit underpowered, but it would be a cool card, Belith. Undeniably cool. This matchup is probably pretty good. How would I build a Historic collection? I think my first step towards building a Historic collection is just investing a ton in like the latest cryptocurrency and hoping that it spikes so I could afford to buy every card in Historic. It's like I could either do that or maybe use my influence to run some kind of scam for my viewers, perhaps. Use my influence to scam my viewers out of their money somehow. We'll fill in the blank there. Maybe also with crypto, because those are really popular scams at the moment. I could scam you guys out of money. That way I could afford an arena collection. I could make Esther get another job, or make Esther grind an arena collection. I could say, Esther, I don't know if you want the stream to keep doing well, you gotta get a second job. Or you could just grind an arena for 8 hours a day. Sergeant Dog Knight, 5 months, welcome back, appreciate you.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
Thought about a pump and dump crypto? Yeah, it's just like the obvious scam. But maybe we could be more innovative with our scams, huh? Maybe we can do something that no other Twitch streamer has done before to really just take advantage of your position of power and influence, and take advantage of people's love and trust for a quick payday, and like damage your image forever. Yeah, I'll just do a subathon and never sleep. Man, if I did a subathon, my viewers are I feel like the average age of my viewers is so high, and they don't even like know what a subathon is. I would not get any subs. Is this a joke? We don't do any jokes on this channel, so no, it's not. But just hypothetically, you know, and I'm just trying to put a feeler out there. If it was a joke, do you think people would find it funny? If this was a joke, do you think people would be laughing right now? Just hypothetically, it's not. But do you think people would be enjoying this bit? Or no? I don't know, it's not a big deal. Just hypothetically, would anybody be laughing right now? Just wondering. Yeah, it's not a joke, but I don't know, maybe it's a joke. We got lightning bolt on top. Yes, okay, cool. No. Yeah, I don't know, my opponent seems to have forgotten to reveal Lurrus, not sure what that's about. Everybody laughed when Spike said he was going to become a comedian. Nobody's laughing now. Well, this matchup seems really good. I remember liking this matchup back in the day. I just know when I go to the Hunter Burton Memorial Tournament in 2 weeks, like the first big paper tournament I'm going to be going to, I just know, I'm 100% sure that Blue-Red Prowess is going to be like the most popular deck. Like, you know, red aggressive decks have always been pretty heavily represented in Texas, and it just like is like the easiest deck to get into, and it has like this perception of being a really good deck. It's going to be so much more popular than it needs to be. For those of you wondering, oh no, River of Tears taps for black because I fetched. It doesn't. River of Tears always taps for blue on your opponent's turn. It only triggers when you play a land, not when a land comes into play. You don't think it's gonna be Hammer Time? I don't know. It's like, I don't know if people are gonna own the Hammer Time deck. I mean, Hammer Time is gonna be there for sure. Okay, we've drawn a few lands here, huh? I haven't decided what I'm gonna play. I have a lot of decks though, so I can just kind of choose whatever I'm feeling at the moment. You need to donate for deck review. I think we've used all of the channel point deck techs, so you can either wait till tomorrow if you want to use your points, or you can donate $5 or gift a sub. How long have I been doing tournaments in Texas? Yeah, I mean a while. I'm not sure exactly how long, I guess, but I've played a lot of. I guess I should have Thought Scour myself. I've played a lot of Texas tournaments. I used to be just a local DFW grinder, and if you have ever attended a paper tournament in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, or like in SCG Open at the Fort Worth Convention Center, or GP there, you've almost definitely been in the same room or met me there, you know what I mean? What do you think is the best to beat the Blue-Red Murktide decks? Hammer Time has a good Blue-Red Murktide matchup. Playing Esper Reanimator, yeah, I like that deck a lot. I think I'm gonna play more of it either today or tomorrow. We'll see. It kind of seems like we might not have enough time for an Esper League, and I kind of like the idea of playing 2 more lands. The hell? Yeah, I like the Esper Reanimator deck. I bought the missing pieces for it. It was like really just like I was missing chalices, and then I think like I opened one. What? I mean, it's okay. We've got Halt to just smack him next turn. I guess I should have attacked first because now they actually probably need to kill my Swift Spear. I mean, this is gonna kill them super fast. If they have a Stormwing entity, we are kind of screwed. My opponent has a Bolt for the Swift Spear. I'm playing a 2K this weekend. I'm thinking between Black, Red, Rakdos, and Hammer Time. Both will be fine. I mean, I like the Black, Red, Rakdos deck a lot. It's honestly, that deck's probably maybe a little bit better in paper than on Magic Online, because I doubt everybody's just packing a bunch of Sanctifiers. I don't know. I mean, I would be playing more Rakdos than I am right now if I didn't feel like people were just really sick of the Darcy Ragavan piles. I'm kind of sick of them, and I feel like if I'm sick of them, then you guys, or some of you guys, just have to be sick of just trying to find the best Darcy Ragavan Lurrus pile. So I'm just trying to like attack the metagame from different ways, and I've been finding success with the Reanimator deck, the Team Erect deck, this deck. Like, just like looking at my YouTube, there's like a whole week of just Darcy Ragavan, you know? JM, thank you for your subscription or gifted sub. That's awesome. This is for a deck tech. You can post the link in chat. All of the Storm Giants is pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I will definitely play these decks again, of course. Like, I think they're really good, and I think the gameplay on them is really fun. I really enjoy playing the decks too. I just don't want it to become... You know, I never want the stream to become stale, and I never want to just, like... I don't want this to become, like, a specialty stream. I don't want to be, like, just known for playing one deck over and over again. I want to always be pushing myself and innovating and moving forward. JS Males, thank you for your subscription. Or is it Malls? I think it's Malls. And J Minor, thank you for your subscription as well. Yeah, we played Team Erect yesterday, TW. I 5-0'd with it on Sunday night and then on stream yesterday too. And then get to the deck tech. Just give me a second. Man, Hall has been really good so far. Do not have access to the page, so you can figure it out and get around to it. I'm gonna bring in these Flusterstorms. Probably 2 explosives for the Thought Scours. Looks pretty good to me. They fill up their graveyard super fast. Thoughtseize, Black Red, Darcy versus Grixis. I like Black Red more. I feel like Grixis' mana is like not great. But Grixis is fine. I also like Grixis Shadow. We 5-0'd on Friday with Grixis Shadow with main deck Dress Down. Main deck Dress Down felt really good. Good and good, TR. I've been liking this deck so far. Matches have been really slow, but they've been fun. Maybe mulligan this on the draw. Jeskai Murktide. So I don't think that playing Teferi Time Raveler in the main deck is worth losing Lurrus on. Is worth losing Lurrus. Also, just not playing Darcy in this deck is madness. Darcy's just so good. Put back explosives with this hand. I'm not a big fan of main deck Force of Negation at the moment. It's also true that Lightning Helix is particularly difficult to cast in your Archmage Charm Counterspell mana base. 20 lands is, I think, at least 1 too many. Snapcaster Mage and Murktide Regent also play really poorly together. It's just like Murktide Regent actively wanting to exile all the instants and sorceries from your graveyard makes it very awkward, and you certainly can't afford to play 3 Snapcasters in a 4 of Murktide deck. You can maybe afford to play 1 or 2. But probably I would recommend 0. Again, not worth losing Lurrus to get to Fairy. I don't like the basic mountain in your Counterspell Archmage Charm deck. I know you're only playing a couple of those, but it's just not that necessary. I would just play like, I would play at least the 3rd island. Probably cutting the 6th fast land. I mean, I've got a deck like this in the Stream Decker that I've been playing that you should probably take a look at. I'm just gonna pass back here. I don't think that, at least in our current metagame in a Magic Online, you don't need Blossoming Calm. There's not a ton of burn. If that changes, then Blossoming Calm is really good, but I just wouldn't recommend it at the moment. The rest of the sideboard looks solid, besides the cards that wouldn't work with Lurrus. But if you want to find how I would build a deck, if you just scroll up and look for the last iteration that says blue-red Lurrus, you can find how I'd approach building it. Oh, you lose Lurrus because of Murktide. That's right. That's right. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that. That's more okay. I still think you need to play Darcy over Snapcaster, but maybe that's fine then. Andrew Huber, 3 months. Appreciate you. I would not recommend putting Brazen Borrower in any modern deck at the moment. I'm just like really low on the card. People like really just like, there are some Magic cards that people want to be good. You know, they like really want some cards to just be modern staples, and they're just not. Borrower is like very situationally good in decks. It's just not one that you always want to include, especially when like I would play the 4th Archmage's Charm before I played the 1st Borrower every time in these decks. Not even in Cascade. That's different, right? Cascade has like very different like deck requirements, and where Borrower, like, you need cards like Borrower, Bone Crusher to function. Just a very different animal. You gonna play Bar on the football decks? Obviously I would. I feel like, I don't know, this feels like a disingenuous argument. Obviously I'd play Borrower in the Footfalls deck, and I did when I was playing a ton of the football decks at the beginning of the format. Of course. It's like but like in like these fair 3-color or 2-color decks, like there's just better options. Borrower is really necessary for the blue-red Regent Mirror. I don't know if that's true. Like, you have your own regents, and like a lot of decks like aren't maxing out on Counterspell Archmage's Charm, and I've just found more success just countering the card. Yeah, I don't think I want to thirst the Swiss Spear yet. Isn't Borrower kind of good against a very open field? I mean, who cares, right? I mean, that's at least like not what I'm trying to evaluate, where Modern is not a very open field on Magic Online. If you're playing if you're just playing like a random like tournament at your LGS, you know, you can evaluate those things for yourself. But Brazen Borrower is an underpowered Modern card. It's just a little less powerful than what you would like to be getting for your Modern card, and I just wouldn't recommend it. I'm gonna take this. I want to be able to snap Counterspell Stormwing. I'll target this. I'm pretty fine if this ends up being a Stone Rain while they've been missing lands. How often does Unholy Heat kill Murktide? Pretty often if you pair it with another Lightning Bolt or Unholy Heat. But in the mirror, you definitely, like Jay Miner said, you don't want to make a Murktide Regent that dies to Unholy Heat in the mirror, if you can help it. Obviously, there's some spots where you'll be forced to. If you can help it, it's really good to try to avoid that. Is Remand good versus Murktide? No. Remand is not good in Modern at the moment. Just all the curves are so low. I'm not a big fan of Spell Snare in Modern at the moment. I don't like that it's not great against the Cascade decks. I also don't like the format feels really focused on 1-mana spells at the moment. I'm not as much as I do usually love Spell Snare, I feel like it's just not super well positioned. Yeah, Spell Pierce, I agree. Arcane Spike, Spell Pierce I think is better at the moment. And Thing in the Ice could be good right now. I think Thing in the Ice would be better. Let's see if we can get my opponent to counter my Archmage's Charm here. I think maybe I can counter their Counterspell and the iteration of Flusterstorm. That would be so good. They didn't do it. I don't think Thing in the Ice is particularly good. Again, Unholy Heat has completely changed the environment of like what threats are reasonable in modern. Like you really have to rethink everything. Or it used to be like creatures with 4 toughness all of a sudden were like, you know, hexproof against red decks, or maybe that's a bit, it's a bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. It's like 4 toughness used to be like this huge number, and now it's like 7 toughness is way more important. Heat has just really changed the landscape of modern. The card is like, I just can't iterate how impactful Unholy Heat has been to shaping modern. It's been, in my opinion, about as impactful as Darcy Ragavan Saga. And it's partially of course so impactful because it's good with these cards, though. That's definitely something I want to make sure I express, is that it's partially so good because it's good with like the other good red 1-drops. So you would recommend Boggles? I mean, Boggles is probably unbeatable. No, that's not true. A lot of people are packing a bunch of explosives, actually. Did Enchantress fall up? I feel like Enchantress is a little underplayed, to be honest. Look, Enchantress is an underplayed modern deck at the moment. Oh yeah, and Shadow Spear is good against Boggles. What's Darcy? Dragon Rage's Channeler, this card, is usually abbreviated to DRC, and then that's kind of shortened to Darcy. Yeah, maybe Boggles is bad. I will shed no tears for the Boggles players. Enchantress is the new Dredge, is that game 1 is often free. Yeah, I kind of agree with that assessment. Celestine taxes with Yorion Call would be good enough, or Boros is better. Maybe I've been kind of liking Naya, where you get Recruiter and Eldormi's Call. I feel like that's a little bit underexplored. Opponent's drawing Stormwing Entity, which we have Snap Drown for. How do you think the paper meta will differ from the online meta when large events start opening up? I think that the paper meta is like, it's probably not going to be like it was, where in the past the paper metagame was usually just the Magic Online metagame, but with a 1 or 2 week lag. And then you kind of had that compensated by, you had like the Magic Online grinders, who would be playing what they thought was the best deck for the Magic Online meta, and then you would kind of in some ways have that corrected by the people who just played the same deck no matter what, because it's a paper tournament, they just have one deck. And then you have people that are like a week behind on the Magic Online meta. And so in some ways, like those two ends kind of canceled things out a bit, but it was always a bit harder to predict, and it just a bit weird. And with you know, COVID being, you know, what it's been, it's kind of my opinion that instead of at least immediately for paper tournaments, I think it's going to be different now. I think it's going to be like, anybody who is caught up with competitive Magic in Modern right now has been playing Magic Online. It's like it's impossible, I think, to be a competitive Modern player for the last year and not be a Magic Online grinder. I don't think that anybody is like that at the moment. I mean, I guess I'm going to go for the kill, as much as I'd love to draw 4 cards. And so it's like, so I think that the paper metagame is going to reflect the Magic Online meta a lot more than it has in the past, is my prediction. At least for like the more competitive side of things. Is my prediction, but it's hard to know for sure because paper can be so unpredictable. I think we can keep this on the draw. We can bauble ourselves and then Thought Scour ourselves too. They're planning on playing Arena when the Horizon sets drop? Probably not. I'm really far away from having a collection. But I might do a dance to summon a lot of money to my bank account, and if that works, then maybe. Anybody's got any good money dances? How often do people go through paper MTG tournaments? I mean, it used to be like, I remember a time where going through paper results was like more popular, and like people like respected paper tournaments more than Magic Online results. And I remember a time where people put a lot of weight and stock into these events. And I mean, maybe that era is dead. I'm gonna counterspell this. But it's like I don't know if things are gonna go back to how they were ever, or exactly how they were ever. Maybe that's for the best. What will happen to Magic when people discover that there will be no competitive organized play? Well, I don't think that that's going to be the case. In fact, Wizards has explicitly stated that they intend to make competitive organized play. Yeah, so I don't think that that's gonna happen. It might. I don't control it. I hope that doesn't happen. But Magic is definitely gonna be way worse without competitive organized play, in my opinion. All right, I think I'm gonna go snap push this turn. Yeah, competitive play is definitely different from professional play. Yeah, the SCG events are coming back too. SCG has always done a really good job running their tournaments. I've always really enjoyed going to SCG tournaments, and I'll be going to the ones that I, want to in the going forward. I don't think I'm going to grind for the SCG Invitational, as cool a format as that would be to play. It's just like, it's Halloween weekend, and I kind of want to hang out with my friends. Did you Thought Scour your opponent if you're looking for lands? It shouldn't matter who you target with Thought Scour if you're looking for lands. They're gonna put me to 3 by sacking. They are. I don't currently have any plans to play Historic with the new set, but I maybe, I don't know. I don't have plans to definitely never play Historic. Lava darts. Moments. I have to counter the lava dart. I guess they don't have a mountain actually. Yeah, they don't have a mountain. I can kill the Swift Spear. I'm gonna be in real bad shape. Unless I draw my Cling to Dust. Modest of Mind, thanks for the raid, dude. Hope you have a good day. Do I put Lurrus in my hand and hope they brick? The problem is like they don't have like almost any bricks in their deck. I guess not. They do have 2 Fire Islets as their only land, so it's possible we can put pressure on them. Well, we can counter the Lava Dart if they draw a mountain, but we can't probably beat, we can't beat 2 Brune spells here. I feel like this matchup is fine. This is like the 3rd or 4th time we played against like various prowess decks today. We haven't played against the prowess variant that I think is best yet, surprisingly. Go, Snapcaster Mage, go! Guess now we can put Lurrus in our hand. Yeah, the Boros Prowess stack, which it looks like we actually are gonna end this league in like an hour or so, and then at that point it's like we're not gonna have time to play another league of this deck, so we might just like run the Boros Prowess deck through a league. We'll see. Lose all our viewers. Gut shot. Being at 1 life is not great against the gut shot deck. Pro commentary from your best friend in the world, Aspiring Spike. think against like these super low to the ground prowess decks, I should probably bring in the Chalice. It's just so much worse for them than it is for us. I'm not guaranteeing the Boris League, but I'll try. I'll try to do it. Spreading Seas could be fine. I think worse against Burn, I think. Worse than against Burn, sorry. Use the restroom, be right back. Okay. Keep this. Yeah, I boarded out the Thought Scours in this matchup because they fill up their graveyard so quickly. You don't really need them as enablers for Into the Story or Drown. I don't think I want a Shock to hold up the push. Just gonna play it tapped. I have Manamorphose on top. Is Pioneer popular right now? It's like kind of a little too popular, you know what I mean? Most of the disparaging remarks you'll see on the internet about Pioneer not being good is really an attempt to suppress the format. But it's thriving, it's really popular. I'm kind of scared that Wizards is actually going to discontinue historic support in favor of Pioneer. So I hope that doesn't happen. I think the Pioneer players are getting a little too big for their britches, if you ask me. Remember to the fetch Bauble Scry. I just wanted to play. I didn't want to fetch and shock no matter what, so I just wanted to get the tapped Watery Grave in. I valued that more than the card selection. I need to draw a land at some point. You mean the reverse? No. Pioneer is more popular than Historic. It's just there's thousands and thousands and thousands of obnoxious Pioneer players, and they're just like, our format's so good, come play it, Spike. Haha, this format's great, but it's just like, I know it's great. I just want to try something else for once instead of just playing Pioneer all the time. Like a year ago, this would have been actually right. Yeah. Pioneer was so good before Theros. When you play Dress Down and Ghost of Shadow, is it good? Yeah, I like Dress Down a lot. I thought it was really good. Loved it. Tiny Leader stream. I don't know. I'm kind of sick of streaming Tiny Leaders too. I know that it's a lot of views when I stream Tiny Leaders, but it's also just like I'd like to, like, you know, I'd like to, you know, maybe get to play something else ever. I'm just like I'm getting kind of tired of just the demands that I play Tiny Leaders constantly. Finally, someone asking for more modern content. Yeah, I did play that one game of Standard. I forgot about that. I'll block that out of my memory, maybe. This is a Seb McKinnon Secret Lair Basic Swamp. I actually own one of these in paper. It looks really cool. Aspiring Spike. Declare the swamp to be cool. One's playing kind of weird. Usually when they play weird like this because they have Bedlam Reveler in their hand. Alright, let's go draw 4. Discard a couple cards, I guess. I'll discard... Well, I'll counter like anything they play into my turn. Maybe not a dart. Got a hat from SCM. Do you have a particular hat in mind? C4, thank you for your subscription. Appreciate you, buddy. If I sub with the tier 3 level, will I play the Frontier format? Sure. As I like to say all the time, anything's on the table. I just love to haggle. This is actually not a Magic stream, it's a haggle about what you can get for your sub stream. I got 2 subs, going once, going twice, going 3 times for you to joke about making an OnlyFans. Mike, have you ever thought about doing an OnlyFans hot tub experience stream? Spike, will you play my pet card so I can increase the price for two. I'm saying two tier 2 subs. I will put on a hat for channel points though. Not above that. Like the sombrero. Well, it's not quite a sombrero, but I'll grab it. Alright, Seismic, 5 months, thank you for your resubscription. Yeah, a haggle stream. That sounds kind of innovative if you're asking me. Any other streamers, you can use that. I have now just invented the haggle stream. I have another bad beat story, oh man. I keep getting so stuck on the bad beat story redemptions because I just keep telling the same stories over and over again. Let's see. It was the one arena PT I qualified for that I was able to stream. What is this? Kick a burst lightning. There was one arena PT I was able to stream. I don't know why they let us stream this one and then let us do any of the other ones, but whatever. I was doing really well. I was off to like a 6-1 start or something like that, I think. And then, and this is kind of, I don't remember exactly what happened, but there was just a moment where I saw a line that beat literally anything besides the 4th Shark Typhoon off the top. They like been playing like they didn't have it the turn before, and I just had a line I could take where I beat like anything besides the 4th Shark Typhoon, and they had it. And then the exact same thing happened again the next match where I just lost to nothing besides the 4th Shark Typhoon, and then they had it. Those are some fun streams though. I think I'll wait on the explosives. I'm just trying to think of like bad beat stories that I don't tell like every single time these get redeemed. Just concedes. Awesome. Not gonna play a proactive card on our turn. I don't think I need to. I wanted to use the 2 mana on the explosives and then go have 2 counters up with Lurrus this turn. If I killed the Soul Scar Mage with the explosive that turn, I couldn't play Lurrus with 2 counters up. But also like it's please don't nitpick these games where I can like never ever lose under any circumstance. Where it's like I literally could take any line and not win and not lose. And there's just like no line that possibly loses. Please don't nitpick these like super high resource games. I'll keep this hand. Replace bad beat with a card suggestion reward. We've had some good suggestions in chat though over the years. Yeah, the Kamigawa lands, those were good. Dress Down was a recent suggestion that was good. Yeah, somebody did make me play Fleet Swallower. Someone suggested Fleet Swallower. I can't believe I actually registered it. Can't believe I was conned into registering Fleet Swallower. Okay, I registered Fleet Swallower by myself. It's just like I've been building a lot of MH2 decks, and I was building Reanimator for the first time, and I just remember thinking, man, how does Heliod ever beat a Fleet Swallower? But I feel like they can't. They just block it. They just block it. But I've also never really been known for understanding the combat steps very well. Yeah, I like the Esper Reanimator deck. We're gonna play it again, maybe tomorrow, maybe today after this league. I like this Dimir deck, but the league's just matches take so long. I guess I don't want to take any more damage. Just yoink this. Yeah, actually, Alarm. Last night I was playing Fractured Sanity as kind of like my main win condition. I thought that that was like really kind of clever to just have like Fractured Sanity be my main win condition and be really difficult to interact with, and in this very removal heavy meta. I thought that was really smart. But I found Fractured Sanity just spending 2 mana to not impact the board was a lot. It was a lot. And I ended up cutting them, but I did try them last night. What are my hat options? Is a cowboy hat somehow not available? Yeah, well, I'm a, as a urban Texan, I know that owning a cowboy hat makes me a poser, and I don't own a cowboy hat. Cowboy hats in Texas are for actual cowboys and tourists and posers. Yeah, I played against a lot of burn variants and prowess variants over the last couple leagues. I'll Flusterstorm this. But if you like cowboy hats, don't let me gatekeep. I just feel like I would be a poser. You guys are probably cool enough to pull it off. Why do people play Spell Pierce? Isn't Flusterstorm strictly better? Spell Pierce can counter artifacts, enchantments, planeswalkers. I guess I'm gonna throw this counterspell at Runaway Steamkin. I'm not happy about it though. But Flusterstorm I think is better right now against the Cascade decks, because a lot of times they play Force of Negation and Mystical Dispute to try to beat ya. Oh, we connected with Lurrus. Awesome. Pretty good against the Lava Spike deck. You guys remember this card? Do you remember Lava Spike? I always thought it's so funny that this card is like really often more expensive than Lightning Bolt. You guys remember putting spells in your deck? Ooh. That's a good one. Oh no, I didn't mean to target a creature, my bad. Fine. Pretty good. Might have to Damnation next turn, we'll see. Damnation does trigger prowess. At what value do you put thinning your deck when fetching lands over life total? If I feel like my life total matters at all, I will not fetch to thin. But that, it's also true, like if I'm gonna use this fetch land anyways, even if my life total matters, I'll fetch end of turn. But if I feel like my life total, if I don't need the mana for something the rest of the game because I'm flooded or whatever, and my life total matters, I just don't fetch. Oh, yeah, one life I think matters more than like just thinning. If those are the only 2 things you're evaluating, if you're not evaluating actually getting the land in play, of course. All right, I think we just let this go and set it in Damnation. Da-da-ding. Da-da-da-ding. Have you played an Aether Vial Urza deck ever? I have, yeah. I've streamed it too. Not good though. Surprise, surprise. I've never vialed a Primeval Titan, but I did run Titan Vial through a league one time. I vialed an Emrakul into play. Yeah, I was playing through the breach, and I blood mooned my human's opponent, and then I stole their vial. They couldn't do anything. I took the vial up to 15. I did it on stream too. It was awesome. Proud moment. If you don't own a cowboy hat, how do you explain that? Athena has a cowboy hat. Athena's a real cowboy. Yeah, that was a good stream. It was really cool. Where am I? Athena's my dog. Pictured in the howdy emote. Someone V2, thank you for your 4 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, good no win con control deck. We've got win conditions. Like, we got plenty of win conditions. We have an overwhelming amount of win conditions in this deck. Some might even say this deck has too many win conditions. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. I feel like we've got enough. Just want to make sure I can close out the game in a timely fashion. Don't need to win con when you click faster than your opponent. Wise words. Alright, so I'm gonna escape Cling to Dust. I should probably gain life, but I'm gonna draw a card. Yeah, just as soon as we find it into the story, the game's over. Right, you are dead. Alright, I'm corrected. I thought for sure my opponent would concede. Superb Mario Bros. Thank you for your Twitch Prime. My opponent has Runaway Steam Kit on top, which is manageable. Well, maybe they'll scoop the Chalice. Alright, so we 4-1 the first league. Now, maybe we don't get a 5-0 with this deck today, but 8-2, you know, new controllers, not too bad. About equally good. We're playing against E-Tron. We keep the, I guess I'll keep this against E-Tron. The Tunneling Cat, very famous E-Tron player. Probably not a great matchup. Yeah, Kaya's like, oh, if Kaya's like right behind us on the leaderboard. Probably a pretty abysmal matchup too. Can E-Tron free roll Gigantha? No, because of Chalice of the Void. You think the version caster play Twin the Modern Challenge is the best version of Elementals? Yeah, some variant of that, I think. You have a lot of options, or you have a lot of different ways you can build a deck, of course, and You know, it's also true that I haven't played a ton of elementals, so I don't know if I can necessarily tell you exactly what the best option is, but I like the version Canister played. For what deck is dressed down specifically in your sideboard? It's for any deck that contains Urza Saga. And it was also randomly good. It's also like good against elementals, I think, and good against Reanimator. But it is in the sideboard to be able to contend with Urza Saga. What do you think of using Tasha's plus all Kaya in this extremely low CMC meta? I think that 3-mana Kaya is good. I think 3-mana Kaya is really, really good. I don't if your suggestion of, I guess I'm confused. Are you suggesting what Kaya are you, or why are you planning wanting to include Tasha's though with these cards? Do I think Mystic Sanctuary would have much impact in the meta? Yeah, that card is broken. I don't think I ever realized how good Sanctuary was until it was gone, you know? Oh, I see, for the Kaya ult. I mean, cards that are only good when you get to Ultimate Planeswalker tend to not be cards you really want to be playing. I just want to Lurrus in my hand here. But Hall of Storm Giants over Tarpet due to untap sometimes, hard to kill, closing out games faster. Yeah, that's it. Like, your mana is also like really good in this deck, you know what I mean? Your mana is like really smooth in blue black, and so like the fixing doesn't matter that much, in my opinion at least. How much do I care about Chalice on 1? Probably a little bit. Probably enough to counterspell. I think I'm gonna Damnation this turn. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just go Lurrus, Snapcaster, chump block. This way the I would want a Damnation in 2 turns actually. Alright, I'll just fire it off. I guess I'm gonna go Lurrus, just cast Snapcaster Mage. How does that change things? Does that change things? Probably still good to cast this. Especially if my opponent's main deck in Grafdigger's Cage, but they're probably just gonna get a map and then Saga again. Extra Shadow, how to feel versus Murktide? Not great. I mean, I didn't play against the matchup much. Like the card Murktide Region is specifically hard to kill, but I feel like the matchup's not great, but not terrible. Where like they have Murktide Regent, of course, which is a really difficult creature for you to deal with, but you do have Drown in the Locks, and you have Death Shadow, which is a really difficult creature for them to deal with because it's often out of heat and bolt range. So I think the matchup is pretty reasonable. Stay away from my Lurrus. So we get to go push, snap, push. Back for 3, hold up Charm. Then the Hall of Storm Giants is looking pretty scary. Can't you cast Snap with Lurrus on your opponent's turn? No, you can only cast spells with Lurrus on your own turn. Why was Charm Snap Charm not better? Did I have enough mana for Charm Snap Charm? 3. Did. I mean, I get to hold up Charm on my opponent's turn now. That's to tap my mana real bad. Right, a symbol's Tron, but we should be good here. Because they don't have caverns, so we can just counter anything. We can counter 2 things, and then just smack them with the Hall of the Storm Giants. It's hard in scales. What position? It's fine if you're really good at the deck. I should probably let Karn resolve, because I just can counter whatever they get with it, but fine. This card just like oops, you're dead. A lot of the time. Been pretty impressed by it. So with these cards, I also probably want a couple of explosives. These deal with Chalice, these deal with constructs. Probably gonna cut the 1 mana removal spells. Although Drown is like also like not that good against them. I mean these cards suck too. Got Damnation for creatures, got Counterspells for creatures. Yeah, let's submit this. I also like with this plan that Chalice is just not that good against us. I know that Thought Scour is really important in this matchup because otherwise your drowns can be a little slow. This hand's like really good if it draws a land in the top 3 cards. I think I'll keep. We're really likely to draw a land in the top 3. So the first. Yeah, we get to Spreading Seas the Saga if we draw a land. 2 more looks. Drumroll please. Ding 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 ding. Stone Rain, draw a card. They get an Eldrazi Temple. Hopefully they don't have Matter Reshaper. Another land, hell yeah. They always have it. So lucky. No, I wouldn't fault anybody from conceding to a Matter Reshaper there. Just like no chance to win at this point. Tormund Script's a weird hit. A lot of graveyard hate. Graveyard hate's definitely good against us. I'm gonna miss their land drop. I think I just grabbed there. Oh, so did we. I'm just gonna grab the map. We can grab a Hall of the Storm Giants with that. Probably not. Probably like Sunken Ruins. Island. Come on, opponent. You gotta give give me a chance here. They relic themselves to play right into the story. Good play. Be a hard line to realize you need to make. So this name is Mishra's Bauble. I guess I could name Hall. Name the map too. I'm gonna counter this. I'd be pretty happy if my opponent used their Tormund Script on this, because we just need them to crypt themselves at some point. Yeah. Right, and if they name Expedition Map, we're not really that torn up about it, because Like they have 3 expedition maps in their deck. Cracking the map this turn and playing the Hall turn after would be better mana wise. Maybe. Maybe. Putting Lurrus in my hands like kind of bad against Thought here, but I still have the Damnation, so not worried about it. Right, down to 5. Right, game 3 gets to be on the play. I'm gonna play the first Thoughtseize over the Cling. Snap keep. Love for my opponent to Chalice this game. We could get explosives on 0. I think I'm just gonna Spreading Seas. We get explosives on 0 can clean up Urza Saga, so I'm not too terribly worried about them having one. Love to see them Chalice or he just explosives. They don't have Chalice though. Gonna pass back. Sec their map. They get another Urza's Mine, so they're attempting to Tron. Then they pass back. They probably have it if they got the mine that quickly. $3 bills, 4 months, appreciate ya. Saga pass. Well, I would love if my opponent actually has 2 power plants in the yard. I would love if my opponent crypts my Snapcaster here. No checks to give you for your subscription and a smoke 16 months or 18 months. Long time. I wonder if they have the Tron land, but they just like wanted to play the Saga instead. How great would Back to Basics be in Modern? Pretty unfun, probably. It'd be fun for the person playing with it. There's Tron. Back to Basics is infinitely more fun than Blood Moon. Well, one unfun card does not make another card, you know, also like fun by comparison. You know what I mean? Both are stinky. I'll trade Snapcaster for a token here. But I even like maybe disagree with that. I'm surprised that they take this trade. All right, if they need all the explosives, I'm not that bothered. This probably grabs Cavern. 8 mana? So we need to counter this. We can go Snap. Yeah, so let me actually go. I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go Snapcaster, target the Charm. They'll sack the Tormod's Crypt in response, which I'm pretty happy about. Yeah, and then we get to go counter the Emrakul. And then no, they can like drown my own Snapcaster, but like it's really nice that the drowns are now. Okay, never mind then. Sorry. I guess I could have drawn the Damnation, but forgot about the Cavern. I don't know, whatever. Don't think it could win. Alright, so 7 and 3. 7-3. With Dimir control. Deck felt pretty good. Ooh, Tasha's. But we did, you know, we definitely got, you know, kind of crushed by Eldrazi and Reanimator and Elementals, which is definitely going to happen when you build a deck like this to kind of focus the more low to the ground creature decks. But we did beat those decks pretty well. Do not have time for another week of Dimir Reanimator.